Equalizer 2. So Equalizer 2 is the sequel to the Equalizer, that enjoyable movie in which Denzel plays a badass. So now he's back, snapping more arms, breaking more bones, keeping time. He will clear out a room 30 seconds or less. That's pretty much this movie in a nutshell. He does stuff. He helps people. He's a Lyft driver who helps people, so he's kind of like a superhero. That's mainly what it is. There is an overarching story. There's like the main story in here, and among the main story you have your side quests, in which case he's helping other people too. And what I liked about this movie is Denzel. The dude's great. He's a master of his craft, and I'm glad he could still kick ass the way he does. What I love most about it is he always seems so collected. Just his character will just walk up to you, talk in your face in that very calm, collected Denzel voice, and you're scared out of your mind because you know this guy can break every bone in your body with 2 thoughts. Denzel being the Equalizer, those are the enjoyable parts of the movie. When the action's going down, it's great, it's top notch. It's like watching John Wick, only different character now. What I didn't like is the basic formation of this movie, or the lack thereof. I feel like this movie lacks focus or direction. Like I said, the main plot is in there. The setup happens early on in the movie. There's just a series of Denzel doing things, and then it addresses it again. Then a series of Denzel, it's just very messy. The best way I can describe it, it played out like a video game. Take a video game with side quests, like GTA, whatever. You have the main plot, then you have the side quests. You can pick up these side quests and do them. But if you do too many of these side quests in between doing the main storyline, you start to forget what the main storyline is, and you're like, I gotta do the main quest. Oh yeah, and you get a refresher. I mean, it works great for a video game. You're clocking in more hours, you're getting your money's worth, there's replay value. Doesn't translate well to a movie. And if you look at the main plot, which if I'm being honest or fair, the movie does focus up on it in the last third, maybe half, but it's cliche as hell. At a point in this movie, you're gonna be like, I wonder how this is gonna go down. Which I feel like I would roll with a cliche-ass story like this if it kept me interested and didn't feel so sloppy. I mean, really, the most interesting plot in this movie is one of the side plots. He's trying to keep this kid out of a gang. I was more enthralled with that than the main story. Some of the side plots were better than the main plot. Some of the side plots were not. I don't care about the old guy and his painting. I don't. This movie just had so much in it, it felt like it was a season of television crushed into 2 hours. Which I've said about a couple of movies before, but it's applicable then, it's applicable now. Those side plot storylines that exist to kill time, granted, I also know that they do exist to add character and depth to Denzel's character, but it doesn't do that as much as it is there to fill time. Those work in a season of television. You take any season of television, there are always those episodes that are episodic. In which case, they don't really tie into the main plot, they exist to be their own contained thing. When you have a 2-hour movie, you don't really have time for that. Guys, in the end, The Equalizer 2 has some good moments in it, but the unfocused stitching and editing that tied all the side plots into the main plot made the main plot kind of feel less relevant until the main plot was more relevant in the second half, but really for the first half of the movie, you're like, where are we going? Definite case of sequelitis. On rare occasions, a sequel will surpass the first. Sometimes the sequel is even as good as the first, but most time the sequel is just not as good as the first. And that's the case of The Equalizer 2. I'll say I'm just not gonna remember this movie in T-1 day. Yep, already forgot. Alright, so The Equalizer 2, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite Denzel role ever? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.